Somebody sit on my prayer. Somebody sit on sprayer. I guess going crazy. I need a whole nother level. I'm on a whole nother level. I'm an every type player. I'm an every type player. I'm a credit player. Shot it, not this gun. Shot it, enormous slayer. Shot it, true like mail. Right here. Driving the coupe road down. I'm about to get us. Upside down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. Upside down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. The billions put that side. My ride tryna go for a ride. I put bed mask right on her. Put the mask on, cause I be all red. I stay with the all red. We pull up all red. Somebody all red drive.
Not know what you just started. Me and my go gnarly. Give about this party. We gon' step on regardless. Get my coin and swipe that. Now the spirit to charge. Making moves. I be really march. I got hands for. I get bands for a show. He want chance after chance after chance. No, I keep saying free little folk. Do my dance on them folks. If it's up, it's going down. Soon as I land on them folks. I'm pressure. Don't follow the rules, I'm rebel. No, I stand out, I'm special. I'm stand up like head. Oh God, you a bum, you mess. Don't stall me, I'm petty. Lying in it, I'm red. I don't pick and choose, it's up with whoever. All my diamonds certain, and all these members 32. Smiling in my all your 32. CA doors open up for me. Hear the engine roar. Switch sport, I got somewhere to be, little baby, I'm important. It came with it. Yeah, that's my favorite. The P my only. I said no, but you my favorite one. Nah, for real. Yeah. Rick. I one. You mean? Nah, I can't make you mine, but I can make it. In them streets, baby, I'm a thug. I just threw 10,000 something ones in this club. I'm popping this so hard cause I ain't used to. Deep ain't got no type, they want stupid.
Step in the bucket, Jiggy. Step in the bucket, Jiggy. Step in the bucket, Jiggy. Yeah, wait, share my vibe, she wanna get mixy. Fuck that baby. I feel like wait, I need me a messy. Fuck that bitch, get busy. Shorty and tree, but she really get tricky. Fuck like Winnie, we run the city. Got hosts down Jersey, got hosts out Philly, got hosts in Korea, like she sounds silly. Bobby, I need me a whip. I'm in the switch and the belly's still whip. I drink so much liquor, I'm waiting on the tips. I'm focused in Philly, got hosts in the bitty. Niggas be capping, they carry no stitching. I'ma still be that nigga by stitching. Loving bitches, that's where it gets tricky. I get love on these hoes, I be bitchy. My life is not regular, one time 50. Believe it or not, I got house on 50s. I'm wearing no rubber, I want it icky. I bust on the face, now the shit she's sticky. Damn, get jiggy. 1, 2 step and I box get jiggy. Damn, get jiggy. 1, 2 step and I box get jiggy. Nigga, I'm different, I know I can dress. I was like rookie, but now I'm a vet. Asking my bitch, that's a good on my back. Saying some shit, but it's hard to just rest. Stuffing him on and I'm paying for sex. In Jersey, and New York, I'm feeling that. This ain't no party, I hit like a bet. Like counting me out, I can never forget. Like what? I'm like the 3 or the 2, I'm like what? BBL booty, I pay for her butt. So whatever she make, I'm gonna need me a cut. Shawty like Cardi, it's something that's stuck. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a booty, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, big girl, I wanna fuck. Like, work it, chicken. Step in the bucket, chicken. 1, 2 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 step in the bucket, chicken. Work. This is so good to be illegal. Need rock to a need single. Hit the back like a free ball. You next time you a chico. In so deep in my sleep. Got me singing like a lead drop. Got me using all your lingo. Tell your girlfriend that you're single. Got me here because of both parts. Sweet little bit, but like a porn star. Next day, act just like you broke dog. Bitches ask me how you know her. Can't you, baby, dog got too loud, till the boat got. I just want you supernova. Fuck that girl, she coming over. You can't stop to see you tonight. Can't stop see you. I love the teamwork. Leave producers on your t-shirt. Loud and clean, leave a reaper. Tell the Uber driver reaper. Looking perfect to make it U-turn. Sexy braids, you need a blooper. Last one be a trooper. Sniper game, Bradley Cooper. I am here, it's nice to meet you. Know you fucking with a demon. Do about anything with this job. Come and serve me, I'm a keeper. Want me to make you a seeker. Never been a hard to reach you. When we you say I need you, I can make you a believer. You can't stop to see you can't stop to see you. If it's what you talk, tell you don't pull that. Make me proud. Lift it up, switch it up enough to tell me I'm your style. Let's keep wild, right here, right now. Can't see you. Can't see
I'm popping this so hard cause I ain't used to. Deep ain't got no type, they want stupid.
What's up, like, yo, I said she said it's kind of so cool. Even my brother, I know, it's like something that's worth it for my energy. Like, from home, I'm saying, yeah, you just might say that's what I'm showing memory. That's some rocky one and now, like, you better talk. I know they might let me like she wanna sing. Say, I said, it's me, I'm smoking on, like, smoking on. I am smoking on, I think I'm on, think I'm on, like, sleep up, I'm gonna let you serve it. I'm trying to find this all the love. We heard she goes in the house. She see me face, I'm so flash. I'm so grateful. So me really say I need that stuff. I never saw it. I'm so grateful. Keep making it back. I know they might let me go, like she wanna like, oh, take out to the top, you know what I'ma do, like, you pay for bed, and we go top to top, and we go trip to trip, and we go top to top, like, no fingers to that mouth, cause they ain't never go spend, and I know that shit's like, we ain't never go cash, and we go pay for it, like, oh yeah, and we go pay out, and we go, let's go, and we go, we go with that out, we ain't never go, yo, shit, I did that, nigga, make it to go forward, shoot him, girl, all my videos, yo, long live rock, Cause on that beat,
Put bit man right on her. Put the mess on cause I be all red. I stay with the all red. We pull up all red. Somebody all red. Drive.
You act like you need a mind. Try to do it over, bring it back, you don't mind it. But all that glitters isn't good, I was blinded. Didn't never give you my heart, I'm consignment. And I can't believe the life that I've lived. Thought you was my man to decide to be with him. You took my feelings and just threw them out the window. But I guess you wouldn't wanna love again, no. Like this, shawty, I can't help but think of us. I've been reminiscing since I missed you. Can you tell me what's the hardest thing to love? I call when you pick it up. I'm so like this, I just wanna text you purple ones. You won't say you won't even switch it up. Just gon' play with my emotions, just because. I played the fool for you, thinking we could put it back together. Oh yeah, forever. You never see my point of view. Our connection is so separate. You don't show no effort. If I leave it like that, I win. Thought you were trying to decide to be my kid. Take my feelings and just do them like a window. Then I get you all on the love again. No, like this, shawty, I can't help but think of us. I've been reminiscing since we missed you. Can you tell me what's the hardest thing to love? I call when you pick it up. Like this, I just wanna text you purple ones. You won't say you won't even switch it up. Just gon' play with my emotions, just because. Take my whole side, girl. You gon' get my whole side, girl. Just gon' tell me more like girl. Just gon' get my whole side, girl.
I've been way too good to you, take me for granted. You was my day one since black and baby, I'm so high. Every night I flag you down, I told you get my line. You promised me you never switch me like Gemini. Ain't nobody know. I see all signs, I see all clues. Reminisce about that shit when I'm with it. I can't believe it's been a long year, yeah, my whole
you won't say you won't even switch it down. Just gon' play with my emotions, just because. Get my whole side, girl. Get my whole side, girl. Just gon' tell me more like girl. Just gon' get my whole side, girl.
All red. I stay with the all red. We pull up all red.
Couple days so I bang. We had a one night stand, I never even asked her her name. And it's even more, she got a man. Let say she loyal, don't know a thing. But she's a creeper, like a dog even on my sneakers. Pulling up, dropping them guards every time we link up. Step your weed, baby, get on your knees. I be fun like the police. When I want no keys, everything I thought I speak. With the apple like Adam and Eve, I don't matter if she leaves. You are a ball, I'm trying to get us to bring. She does a ball, I'm trying to get us to clean. They wanna play with it, I'm still my first name in it. Like J.O. in the G.A.T.N. The night we playing, make that hot shit. You know we playing for it, I go on, not for free. So you know I ain't playing for it. Money kids too, so pay out like the landlord. Sitting right back to the man, huh? I'm gonna get you my stand, Lord. Ice cold, like a little feeling, yeah. The day was terrific, couple days ago I we had a one night stand, I never even asked her her name. And it's even more, she got mad. Think she loyal, don't know a thing. But she's a creeper, like a dog even on my sneakers. When I drop it, I'm trying to drop me a hiccup. Your knees, baby, get on your knees. I mean, police, going out bad ass police. She coming twice. We go. Yeah. I'm up in the price and everything cheap. I want you what it needs. She know that I don't need to find a new one on my knees. She can call me a kid. It's all in my sneakers. Trying to sit up down and took out the police. She be hanging. I drop the candle like me. He's a mind smoke is real. I take time out for the teach how to get that money. Keep from going on for the moment. I ain't no one controlling us, baby. You ain't wrong with us. She ain't free to press the button on my phone. She don't lock on her life and see me once I call her. She can't run for nothing. Couple days ago, I took bad. We had one night stand. I never even jacked her night. And she got mad. And she lawyer. Don't know what that. But she's a creeper.
And you wouldn't even have made it to the Royal Rumble. And you wouldn't even have made it to the Royal Rumble if I didn't
what's up, my boy? You already know.
War game.
You already know, my boy. We mix, nigga, the Bulls? The Bulls? Nigga, that's easy work, my boy. You know what the fuck is going down in the bitty when you see a real nigga getting litty? Come on, my boy. We getting down in the city, nigga. No Diddy, nigga. You know what the fuck is popping on me? On me, nigga. Bulls? Niggas ass work, man. Oh, geez, nigga, championship style, nigga. Lakers versus Boston, nigga. Game 7, LBJ, nigga, 5th ring. You know what the fuck is going down, baby. Luka the fucking Don in the building, LA Lakers. You know what the fuck is going down, baby. When you see a real nigga, acknowledge me, nigga. You heard?
It came with it. Yeah, that's my favorite. The P my only.
Oh, me, man. You know what's up, Shiesty, my boy. My boy. Still fucking with the homie. I appreciate you, my boy. Still here rocking with the kid. You feel me? It's the homie. That boy Shiesty was with me when I had 200 subscribers. Oh, B.
I sat down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. I sat down, crust, turn my neck, shut him up. I sat down, crust.
And you wouldn't even on my sneakers. Have made it to the Royal Rumble if I didn't save your family's ass in War Games. Of which, by the way, I am owed a favor, Paul. No, you know what? Not now. Before we get to the favor, I just want to say thank you for delivering your tribal chief on a silver platter for me here tonight. I appreciate it.
All right, to it! Only a matter of time before these combustible elements.
Hey, this is gonna be lit. I don't give a fuck what niggas talking about, nigga. This triple threat gonna be on point, nigga. Stop playing with the homies, nigga. On me, nigga. CM Punk made that shit legendary.
Your dad pregame wanted me to ask you when the last time he see you in a one-on-one was.
Yeah. I was 7th grade. I was 11 years old in the driveway. He won it after he scored the final point. I knocked him out the house. That was last time, 20-something years ago.
Your dad pregame wanted me to ask you when the last time he see you in a one-on-one was.
Yeah. I was 7th grade. I was 11 years old in the driveway. He won it after he scored the final point. I knocked him out the house. That was last time, 20-something years ago.
Your dad pregame wanted me to ask you in the last.
Ranch father happened to be. Hold up. At the ranch,
The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Miami Heat, fighting for their first win of the series, will try to even the score at 1-1. as they go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
We are set to bring you the action as round 1 of the Eastern Conference playoffs continues on 2K Sports. And tonight we'll see the Miami Heat as they go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. With our analysts Brent Barry and Grant Hill.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're probably tracking your mileage and expenses. Let me introduce you. What up, YouTube? This is K Radio back at you with another video. I want to give a double salute to all of my supporters and anyone watching this video right now. And if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's get to the content. Okay, man, it looks like another rapper is going down for murder, man. Marquise Conway, a.k.a. Yellow Beezy, has been charged with capital murder, accused in hiring Keywan White to kill Mo3 in November 2020, man. And it looks like Dallas County made sure that they had their I's dotted and their T's crossed, because this was 5 years in the making, putting an end to the war in Dallas. And if you ask me, the shooter Keywan White and the other gentleman charged with the murder started talking and snitched on Yellow Beezy. It is interesting. I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Shout out to the WAC 100. Shout out to the 100 ENT. This is y'all. Let's go.
They get it back. Jacks up a 3. Iverson can't hit.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Bryant, pass to Durant.
This is an arrest, years in the making. Rapper Marquise Conway, known as Yellow Beezy, charged with capital murder in connection to the shooting death of Melvin Noble, the rival artist who went by Mo3. Mo3 songs like Everybody Not Your Friend, especially poignant because the rappers were once friends. The charging documents accuse Conway of hiring Keywan White to carry out the brutal murder on I-35 near Illinois Avenue in Dallas in November 2020.
Y'all been knew the situation between Yellow Beezy and Mo3. Mo3 got on the track and bragged about shooting Yellow Beezy multiple times. Bragged about killing Trap Boy for their homeboys multiple times. So I understand his mom and friends want justice for him, but let's call a spade a spade. These was two streeters beefing, amen. It all started when Yellow Beezy got Roy Lee knocked off. Now, why he did that, I don't know. Dude was a whole comedian. But allegedly, Yellow Beezy had enough of this man and got him killed. Mo3 was not having that shit because that was one of his best friends. One of his only friends in the music industry. One of his only friends in the city. So what did Mo3 do? Catch Yellow Beezy at a strip club, chase him through every light imaginable, and shot the fuck out of him on the highway. Yellow Beezy, being way smarter than Mo3, came back and got Mo3's friend killed named Lil Bubba. The murder of Lil Bubba was publicized and shown all on TV because it was mafia style, so they knew then hits was being ordered in Dallas. After that, they put Mo3 back against the wall, and he had to show that he was out here gorilla status. So he started stepping on shit, robbing shit, shooting shit, bragging about it. 3 was a whole villain. Trap Boy and Yellow Beezy could not take it, so as a result, they commenced murder, allegedly. They commenced it. This is Dallas County. I do not understand why Yellow Beezy or Mo3 thought they could get away with this shit, but they about to learn real fast, because Mo3 gonna get charged from the grave for all that bragging on the bodies he was doing. Y'all gonna see he wasn't no good guy. What's the good Dallas? Yellow Beezy. I had to go to me. They had to come from that gunned it down on the freeway.
Yeah.
They said he was working already. They said he was working.
I read everything.
Can you tell me where it come from?
Yellow Beezy and probably got a pill attorney or something. Stop looking out.
Well, for Benny, they did it. But
he been gone, what, about 5 years?
He made a statement the day they picked him at the PD office. We woke that up yesterday.
What you mean?
The shooter made a statement the day they picked him up. Voluntary statement and waived his rights too. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he was on to pick him up. What did he think? Did he tell him the first time they picked him up?
Yep, and the girlfriend heard him telling her boyfriend second hand, huh?
Good for Bryant.
We had the affidavit to pick him up. So we had all the evidence right there. the whole conversation. They laid on the boy's house. They got the cell phone location down there. Laid on the boy's crib. They got him texting his son. You can see the monkey was still there. They got the following monkey the day before and the day of. Man, I'm not sure. They got the baby mother switching too.
I never really followed it. I ain't never met monkey. I see his play. I really just listened to his music while we here. I do know I was up with Empire and the people got it. And he said, man, I'm trying to get this dude to move out here, man.
Here's
Get him out with that shit.
And a foul called on the way
up to the bay.
So he'll take 2 from the
2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, shit out.
That's too wild, because his bell is too good. You know, easy thing. It's going to get right to tell him on the out.
Right in the shooting.
That's his thing.
More hits on Mario Mooney,
the other nigga that was in the car, I said,
I keep seeing articles about they investigating him though.
So Carter nails him.
Yeah, good to see that.
You heard anything about that track boy Freddie?
The Heat have gone 1 for 3 so far.
That's even that he on the run from the shoot. Anybody heard that? Yeah, it's something piece by piece. A lot of people got like,
we ain't got no need to stay the feds.
Give him his range.
They ain't got there. Ain't got there over there.
I read the affidavit.
I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish. Now that is what every team wants.
We ain't got to work on beat. Just how he got his bond, and then he got arrested. That's
Hey, in Texas, the capital murder is that debt? That's what I'm saying. Texas don't play too. They kill you within like 5 years too. Not like Cali. Cali wait like 30 years to kill you. Texas, they kill you real quick.
Oh, damn. Damn, easy. I know this. See him up.
Yeah, I've been seeing he been kind of doing his thing lately, and now this shit puts him up.
Wow, I know you can follow this story, so I'm looking at some of the evidence. They basically saying that the next day after the murder, they got the shooting on IG, big giant stack of cash, the murder weapon on IG, and the car that was used with the security camera in the photo. And that's the thing that's supposed to be telling on it.
He's his user person to do. And one time was show the guns, the money in the car, and put it on social media.
Brag about it to the point that whoever you brag about it,
bitch ass nigga,
bragging about it, all the anonymous tickets to the detectives gave up their whole play. Or then after she gave up her whole play, guess what they do? They get the phone number in the ID from the play, do the search, get the call log, get the location data, match it up with the police data, and see that they were basically sitting their own money at the court.
I'm gonna give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances. Let's do it. How many subscriptions do you have? Probably just Netflix and stuff. Alright, it's sick.
Oh shit. Look at his real cell phone with him.
Had his real cell phone with him to check it out. One of his students gave him up with these after free, right? And his son got free too. So he texted his son. It was equal there, equal there, equal there. So they got the quote unquote juvenile witness, then they got the baby girl.
And the sustained greatness of
LeBron James. Bang,
bitch. Baby daddy. Two shooters.
Something special.
And that's what they want to do.
What's gonna
Get him open looks
be
early.
Dallas.
Oh, clear. So the timing was just horrible, man. Because you know, old buddy, they can break me going down in Dallas.
Just don't beat yourself up and
And
make it
yeah,
look like it cost you another play.
He's got a sweet shot from plenty of bigs do now.
I don't agree with it. We went to Atlanta. Some other boys got wrong with it. This nigga's a horrible person.
He's so Rick low-key got connections to about 4 or 5 dead cases right now, huh?
I mean, I don't know if it's that it's all.
And a good game so
It
far
sounds like
as we conclude the first quarter.
internal shit.
Heat out in front.
Shoot each other.
After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Oh, didn't run down with the nigga?
Yeah, I'm with on the highway, but he got basically the perpetrator car got past him, right? Both three stops, hopped out the driver's side, runs over to the passenger side. Now, that's what everybody was saying, that his back fronted in the passenger side. But even he didn't have enough time to get to it. He's trying to get to something. As he's reaching the passenger side, fumbling with the roof. And Mike is going to run down on him. When he gets close to the car, the three just runs away in the opposite direction. Oakwood holds him down.
Sometimes the offense
rest in peace, no three.
Just quick possession. They get a steal, they get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Got shot 8 times.
Got Tim Hardaway and it's Pippin in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Hardaway, the pass to Pippin. Misses in close.
He was mad about the
that's the way we're doing it.
My speculation is that one of the shooters will gave him up. He themselves gotta be. I mean, who else?
Bitch ass nigga know my body when you see me, ho.
The nigga between him and the shooters. Right. So I'm thinking one of the shooters is talking. Unless Donnie paid another bill, or Beasley paid another to get a pay to shoot. If that nigga got caught up, then tell him it was one or two of the shooters, or nothing he paid to pay the shooters. That's what it had to be. You know, they got something. Some text messages. So he just can't say he paid. They're going to try to say motive from what y'all been saying. Yellow Beezy got shot up 8 times, but we have to prove that Mosley did that. So, you know, you got to prove that.
The Heat have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Hastings with a bucket.
Was there an investigation on Mosley about the shooting of Yellow Beezy?
Rivers calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Unless they got the recordings or some type of text messages from Yellow Beezy to whoever, the shooters or a buffer in the middle, I think he got action. If they got the recordings or text messages, when this again, you know, talks about that, confirm that, and all that, then he's in trouble. But if you just say that he paid me, that ain't you saying
deciding to change it up.
Both three were shot Beasley up.
Bucks trail by 7.
They gotta prove that. From that, we should be able to grab the work. Texas pretty easy to get.
To the middle.
Pretty sure now we go on.
They said to the nigga that got arrested, they say he's coming home in 2020 years. The nigga that fucking that shot him, I think.
Yeah, well, what was he originally sentenced to?
Right.
To Hastings.
I don't know.
That's seriously. 8 years for a gun charge. You know what? 8 years for a gun charge. How you fit into a gun charge when you were convicted of murder? Nah, you ain't been convicted on yet.
Milwaukee shooting
But you didn't get convicted. Convicted of Mosley's murder yet? Or was convicted of Mosley's murder? It was on the him and the other dude. The baby daddy, him got picked up for it.
Malone gets it to go.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like
what
that
happened
in
with the murder
stride.
case?
Beautiful
They hold
assist.
this all out there. They're going to take all them niggas to court and spend the time.
Fuck. Come on, y'all.
He's been sitting there 5 years. Hold on. And none of them been charged with that shit yet. They got been charged with it, they ain't with the court. Yeah, that don't make sense, bro. No, I don't believe that. They charged with a murder in no 45 years.
Carter's got 6.
No, wait, he right though. They haven't went to trial for that multi murder yet. The 2 kids that got charged, they ain't went to trial.
You telling me he charged with a murder and then they went to court?
But they done had some court dates. They for sure had some court dates.
They had 2 other claims. If I'd have murdered 10 years, I get that. But they going to court. You ain't telling me a nigga just sit there with a murder charge and no court. So I guess he looking like the time he did for the gun, he would be time 3rd.
possibly, because you know it's crazy though, because both of the nigga who was the shooter and the nigga that was trying to say helped him with it, which was the baby mama, baby daddy or whatever. Both of them had separate cases. One of them had, I think both of them had federal cases, matter of fact, because one of them had the pistol case and the other one had like a meth case. But they all do. They have the murder charge on their chapter. Yeah, they was charged with the murder for sure. Both of them. All right, we're gonna leave it right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this audio, man. We got like 100 reacting to Yellow Beezy charged with capital murder, man. The war in Dallas has come to an end. Mo3's dead. Yellow Beezy locked up. We don't know what's going on with Trap Boy Freddy, but in my estimation, everybody knows what really went down in this case, man. They were beefing. They were going to war. Mo3 was terrorizing stuff. You know, Yellow Beezy was hitting back. You understand what I'm saying? Mo3 tried to hit, you know, allegedly tried to hit Yellow Beezy on the highway after he left the strip club. Retaliation after retaliation. They put some money on his head and they hired an ignorant shooter by the name of Kewan White to get the job done. And this dude jumped on Instagram and social media or whatever with a whole bunch of money. Everybody knew the dude was dusty. Everybody knew the dude was broke. He was reckless. He was having the car, the getaway car or whatever was in the camera footage and things like that. He was reckless and he was ignorant and he didn't think that he would get caught. Why? Because he wore a mask, man. I tell y'all this all the time, man. I tell you guys this all the time, man. Listen, you're not getting away with this stuff today. These shootings, these murders, you're not going to get away with this stuff because y'all dudes is too stupid and too ignorant to leave your damn cell phones at home. That's how they got them. They got him through the cell phone, and they got him through bragging. He's running around bragging to people that he did it, and somebody's baby mama overheard it and then called in an anonymous tip to the feds or to Dallas County. You understand what I'm saying? They caught them dudes sitting outside the house. Why? Because their cell phones was pinging at the tower closest. They had them all lined up before they even did it. It's caught before they even did it. And the jealous baby daddy is the weakest one of them all, bro. Listen, if the dude's he my baby mama, listen, I will say this about Mo3. It was kind of reckless for him to be over there in his ops territory with his ops baby mama smashing on her, bro. Dude was slipping in that regard right there. I guess he thought he was, you know, being low or whatever. But the dude with the baby daddy was texting his son. He was texting his son, asking him, is Mo3 still there? Listen, you're gonna get caught, bro. That's records. That stuff does not go away. All they got to do is subpoena your phone. They're going to see you texting your phone, asking your son, who Mo3 was posting up pictures with the boy with jewelry on and stuff like that, you know, kind of antagonizing the situation, right? Let alone the lyrics, antagonizing the baby daddy, giving him an incentive to go in there and crash out, right? So he was doing all this reckless stuff and also texting them. That's how they got caught, bro. They were going to get caught anyway. Them dudes weren't even out this long after the murder. Couldn't even enjoy the money. Couldn't even enjoy the money. Did it for clout, did it for a little bit of cash. Told on Yellow Beezy. I guarantee you, when this indictment drops, that's what happened. They told on Yellow Beezy. You heard the dude in the original audio at the beginning. He said the dude made a statement as soon as they got him, a voluntary statement. You already know. He told they were just getting their ducks in a row, making sure that when they grabbed Yellow Beezy, they got him. So they got him for capital murder, fam. The capital murder carries the death penalty, man. And we already know, man. In Texas, they gonna get rid of you, bro. So this right here, man, very ignorant. Man, I don't know what these rappers are doing today, bro.
Taking a look at the Bucks.
What are you listening to?
We've got LeBron James.
Is that a rapper? No, it's a long thing. It's all the tendencies. So you just watch it.
You got millions of dollars in the bank. You made it. You're out of the game. You're out of the hood. I get it. You got a war going on. Things like that. Mo3 doing whatever he doing. But, bro, Yellow Beezy was reckless on this, bro. He really was, bro. Listen, I guess you could say he's reckless. Maybe he did what he had to do. Maybe he's a street dude for real, and say, hey, man, even if I get caught, I did what I had to do. The game is the game, and this is what comes with it. I'm going to get locked up, man, because, you know, maybe you should have been a little more careful, bro, because your shooters were reckless, bro, on the highway. And then Mo3, if you saw the footage of Mo3's death, man, Mo3 stopped his car in the middle of the highway and gingerly walked around his car.
We do have some breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking? It is breaking.
Who's that?
Stephen A. Smith.
Both free throws good.
Came out today and said
I might have been wrong. LeBron is dead.
Johnson with it.
What's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, is he just saying that to, because he got pressed? That's what it kind of seems like. One game, now you're like, man, I might have been wrong.
So it might be next door. I don't know.
It seems like a bit much.
One of the best shot makers in the history of the league, especially when he gets that close.
I mean, I might have been wrong about what. I mean, he just started his career.
Right.
Like, why are you putting so much expectation on him already? He's a rookie.
90 seconds into the second half now.
You might have been wrong about what?
No, what exactly?
Huh? About the stuff he was saying about it.
Hastings with a rebound.
But listen, I think a lot of people are wrong. Because you have to give things time. Everybody wants him to come in like LeBron James, and it's just not realistic.
Yeah. Also, he's not even a size. Like, it's just, there's so many things.
You know what's really funny about the whole situation is everybody talks about is he above criticism. Like, no one's above criticism, but you just gotta criticize everybody. Like everybody, right? 1 through 60. And, with Bronny James right now, I know this is a fun fact that nobody knows because nobody actually pays attention to anybody. Out of last year's draft and this year's draft, them for starting off a little rough. So yeah, it's only because he's famous down. It's across the board.
Okay.
And I think out of 21, 22, 23 class, majority, I think over 40-something kids are out of it.
Looking to end this cold spell.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, man, where it's like a code young players. You actually try to let them develop. You notice we don't talk about last year's draft. None of those guys are on our radar to bash their talent. Shit, 2023 draft, we haven't attacked any of those guys. Usually it's like 4 drafts. Your 4th year is when we really like, okay, it's been 4 years now. What's up? Mm-hmm. To start developing his game this early in his career is just some weird shit. But that's it.
That's because they can't pick on that.
Yeah,
and he's an easy target.
So they gotta pick on him. We can't get one up, but let's get it.
A minute 58 left in the third quarter. Malone pass to James.
Have you ever
pass to Bosch. Here's Iverson, covered by Johnson. 4 on the clock. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
How many teams do you guys feel like have a realistic chance of winning the championship? Steph put that number at 10. Anywhere from 6 to 10. What's the realistic chance of 6? Like Eastern Conference, how many teams have a realistic chance of winning a championship?
Boston. Work at the line this half.
Is on Milwaukee. I really think Milwaukee is a problem, dog. They get Jimmy Butler. Bobby Porter's back. They're a problem. I really. They in the playoff series going to be hell to deal. Labor 3, a distant third. A distant third because they'll have the experience. Yeah, okay. They'll have experience. Right?
Just under 3.5 minutes to pass.
That's it. And let's do the Western Conference. How many teams in the West do you feel like have a realistic? We're being realistic. So we got the Lakers and who else do we have?
The Lakers, Golden State. Lakers, Golden State.
We're not just leave it.
Malone's got 6 rebounds here.
Stop it, man.
Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition.
I don't know, man.
As you look at those standings here right now, which team do you feel like it just
depends on how the playoffs
that are not on dope or dog food? That's why you for believing they can win.
Everyone just stays healthy.
They are. Yes.
Now here's Edwards.
Just healthy, yes. The best
everyone says no, but
Clippers got a chance.
Unselfish play by
Lakers
there. Such a big part of what makes him a special player.
The Bucks trail by 8.
13 game leader. What's it? Over the Thunder? I'm not going. If we take away Shea,
who actually has the experience to take over like he does.
With the assist.
Literally everything runs by him. He controls everything. Yes. So you remove him, they remove him. They don't have anybody who actually has experience. The defense or whatever. So now he gets the outfit. So it's called elimination. If we remove him,
because that's not happened yet. Because they haven't figured out how to remove shit.
So now you just playoffs. So if we remove him, who is capable of even sustaining 25% of what he does? Right? If you remove on the Clippers, who you remove? Kawhi, you still have James Harden. You still. So Jalen Williams is getting somewhere. So he's the same thing. Who's a better player? Right now, who's a better player? Right now? James Harden. James Harden. Yeah, it's like not even. What becomes the third best player in that series? He got the Harden has to go 8-3-9-6. So no disrespect, no James. Yeah, no disrespect to Jalen Williams. He wasn't all-star. Yeah, but James is a better basketball player.
It's the
old James is still doing it at that age.
The young kid is the young kid.
But no, he's the young kid, but he's still not better than James.
It's a better team. We're talking about a team. We're not playing one-on-one. We're talking about. We're not playing one-on-one.
You got to offset. Jalen Williams offset James Harden with this matchup. He's an offset for sure.
And ain't nobody be able to stop Shea or slow down Shea or do whatever they want.
Even if you put Kawhi on him. You got to put Kawhi on Shea.
You got to.
Then you got Chet.
Shea even playing
That's Chet.
What are we talking about? We're not talking about the high school team right now. We're talking about the NBA. Stop using his name as if he's out there motherfucking Wimby. Chet he played last year. He just came back. He is not in full motion to be a real threat in the playoff series. As a team, the playoff, I'm going Oklahoma City. But we're saying, we're going to focus on you. We're going to make you beat up. He ain't averaging 44 seasons. I mean, for a series. He's not capable of doing that yet. He's not old enough to do that. He's not old enough. If I cut off Luka, Kyrie is going to murder extremists, right? If I cut off Kyrie, you have to have another guy who can do it. Jalen Williams is not old enough yet to do him. He's still inexperienced. He's still going to go through his 2-3 years of trying to get it. He got cut off too. He got cut off in who else did they have? The nigga named Luka, right? And then when he got cut off, he had the Kyrie guy. You see what I'm saying? You can't cut both. You can't cut both legs off at the same time. You can only cut one off. So when we cut off Shea, who is gonna actually produce for them that has the experience? They're just not experienced yet. That's all. What they've done. Like I trust. Forward and I do OKC.
What they've done is they've changed the landscape, right? In comparison to the Warriors, Steph was used to winning with this formula. The formula Shea has is a college formula. It's not a formula that we're used to seeing that can take it from game to game all the way down the stretch and keep it to the playoffs. I believe that if they stretch this formula of how they have been winning these games, they don't win the games in a dramatic fashion with highlights or this or that. They stretch the game out. They gritty, grind, and they strategize and they outwork you, right? And then by the time fourth quarter comes, you look up, they up 6, they up 7. Shea, take us home. If they can do that in the playoffs, down the stretch and win 6, 7 in the 6 or 7 games, they can take it deep. And they don't need to have experience to do that. They just need to be consistent. With Chet doing what you do, get us 8-9 rebounds, get us 10-12 points. We're going to grit grind this shit like how the Grizzlies used to do back in the day. Grit grind, slow the game down. Let Shea take us all the way through this shit. Let's beat them down. If they don't play it that way, then it falls into Gil's hands where you don't have the experience to add up to regular NBA basketball playoffs. Where we're playing like this, and you need a secondary guy, you need a third guy, and they don't have it. So I agree.
This is the second year in a row having the best record in the world. This is the second year in a row. They can get it done with their formula. They can get it done. They learned something from last year, I guarantee.
But if they try to play that style, they won't make it because they don't have it.
They learned something from last year. Absolutely.
Them, they have a better team than the Clippers.
Yeah.
I'm going with them over the Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Denver will be a different story, though, because that's a whole different strategy. It's like that strategy has to go now in Neal's favor because now they're going to need a secondary guy, but they still have to blind it out, and they can take it 7 with Denver. But I think the Thunder.
Moving along, 2 minutes.
Thunder can take Denver to 7, but it's going to be, like I said, they don't have that secondary. That secondary not to do it.
It was a matchup,
but if they form to work, it works.
Like I said, there's not 10 teams that can win that I don't. They've been showing me who they are all season. So I've had a large sample size to go on. For regular season. All season, like winning is a learned behavior, dog. Like it ain't.
Yeah.
Your roster is your fucking roster. You can't change the stripes on the fucking zebra, dog. You are who you are at some point. They've been playing well as of late. I'm giving all the credit. The trade out for Golden State out to the rest of these teams. That ain't 10 teams that can fucking win no championship, dog. So I'm not buying that shit.
When it comes to Dallas,
we had a hard time coming up with 6 teams just now. So y'all can tell me 10, 8.
Well, Dallas was terrible last year. Then they hit the 6th seed, and then their veterans,
they had the right matchup in the first.
The veteran play got them all the way to the championship. So Whoever was the number 1 team, number 2 team.
Does matchups matter? Does matchups matter? The first round matchup, if you play the wrong team in the first round, you can have an early fucking something.
And I said Clippers in the playoffs. That's a mad matchup for OKC.
I don't think so.
A fully healthy Clippers squad versus you have Kawhi, who is going to do what Shea did. That's a great matchup. That's a finals MVP 2 years straight. He is the legit champion, right?
So we're speaking facts, right?
Playoff Kawhi. That's why I said. I said it at the beginning.
Facts, right?
I said healthy.
So let's call it. I'm glad you threw that in.
I threw that in first. I said,
I'm glad you reminded yourself of that.
No, I'm reminding you.
I'm glad you reminded yourself of that. I'm glad you reminded yourself of the facts of the conversation.
Something they'll want to discuss.
All right, so.
When it comes to this Warrior squad having a championship level team, all right, and we asked the chat if they'll have a championship caliber team. 60% of the chat agrees this side of the couch that the Warriors have a championship caliber team. We also asked the chat how many teams can win the title. So 31% said 1 to 3, 61% said 4 to 6, 7% said 7 to 10. 1% said 11 plus. So that means over 92% of the chat thinks that a 6 or less team has the potential to win a championship this season. But let's keep this thing moving. Want to give a shout out to Rugby.
A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes.
He signed a 1-year deal with the Chargers after spending the first 4 years of his career in Pittsburgh. It didn't take long for Harris to speak out about his own team.
Take it all out on the rim that time, on display.
It was a team where we lost the game, we lost the O-line. We just didn't know anything on offense, but we didn't have identity. That young guy coming up quarterback. I was young, the team was young, and I really didn't have nobody to almost learn from the offensive side.
Hey, look who's here. The guy 2 times Super Bowl champ, Damian in the building. Damian, giving you Najee's comments. Are we calling him fair or foul?
I think it's fair. I think it's an indirect shot at Mike Tomlin, to be honest with you, because the greatest sin of Mike Tomlin recently is not finding that quarterback post again. I thought he always waited too long when Big Ben was at the end of his career. And that's really loyalty what's been going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I always said that when we talk about Pittsburgh, it's nothing worse than being in the middle. Either you need to be bad, so you have an opportunity to go get a high-end quarterback, or be at the top of the game. And so when you don't have a quarterback, you don't have an identity offensively. And so for a young guy coming in, you kind of look into, okay, who can I go to as a resource to see how this thing is done? He talked about, the guys on the defensive side, because that's primarily been the idea of
of the Pittsburgh Steelers over the years, but as a running back, you want to be able to look on your side of the ball, see, okay, how do we go about doing things? If I have questions about what we're doing schematically on this side of the ball, who do I look to? They didn't have anybody. You're not going to look to the wide receivers, the one position group that's really been kind of a problem from a defensive perspective on that side of the ball with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think indirectly he was talking about Mike Tomlin.
Getting in position.
Well, to me, it doesn't matter what he was talking about Mike Tomlin. I'm not so sure about Milwaukee, but I will say this to you. I have absolutely no problem with his comments, and neither should anyone else, because of the climate of the National Football League. Saquon Barkley's situation notwithstanding. Saquon Barkley is a rarity. He's an aberration. He's an anomaly. It's not normal. Where you go to a team, they take care of you. You know, they show you the respect that you want. And then after that, you go out on the field, you perform at the elite level, and they say, here's the ball, because you deserve it, as opposed to simply holding something against you no matter what your level of production is because of the position you play and your birth certificate. It's what they do in the National Football League for the most part. You turn 30, for example, you're done as a running back. They don't even care how you look. They just say you're done. Najee Harris is 27 years of age. He's had 4 years in the National Football League. He's run for over 1,000 yards every single season. And over the last 2 years, he's averaged at least 3 yards a carry. Those are respectable. Now, I know he was expected to be a star, and he's ended up being just an average player. But we have to respect the fact of what he was saying when he talked about the climate and the conditions and circumstances under which he was working. You haven't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. And even the last 2 years of Ben Roethlisberger's career, people could easily say he should have retired. He was a shell of himself and Big Ben and what we came to know and love and will ultimately celebrate when he enters the Hall of Fame. The fact of the matter is, when you looked at the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Mason Rudolphs, Kenny Pickett's, Mitchell Trubisky's of the world, for crying out loud. Then you go out and you get Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Justin Fields, who's on the come up but isn't there yet, and a Russell Wilson who most people believe has passed his prime. This is what Najee Harris has had to work with. So if you're imposing defense, you know this better than me, Woody. You stacking the line of scrimmage. You're not expecting the Steelers to be a big-time bona fide threat of throwing the football. So you can't free up stuff for your running back the way that the team could. He's going to the Chargers. That ain't.
Come on, Charlie. Use your new dog. Let's go. I said go. Silly dog. I'm gonna trip.
Now that I'm single and putting myself out there, I found that the dating apps are not doing me any justice. I've tried Bumble, I've tried Hinge, and the only way you can get anywhere is if you pay for filters, and I'm not doing that. But recently, I've had so much luck with the app Duet. Duet is an app that not only uses face verification so that way you don't get catfish, but it also has personality quizzes so that way you can find someone with similar interests. It has been so refreshing using an app to actually find my right match with my wants, my needs, and my interests. I'm telling you right now, Duet's going to be the future of dating apps, and I'm only using Duet from here on out.
Every single time that I live stream, without a shadow of a doubt, someone will always ask the question, Santi, who are your favorite WWE superstars active right now? To which I always answer, that's way too deep of a question to answer on the spot. I'll probably make a video on it someday. Well, let that day be today, because today we're going to be going over my top 20 favorite WWE superstars active right now. I want to clarify a couple of things. I'm only keeping this list only to the main roster. I feel like NXT deserves its own video. This is also not me saying who is better than anyone else. This is purely my favorite. And favorite is entirely subjective. For example, my favorite movie is I Am Legend with Will Smith. However, I'm well aware that something like Shawshank Redemption is way better. So these are purely the ones that I enjoy to watch the most. The ones that I look forward to seeing on WWE TV week after week. I'm also aware that these things tend to change because WWE superstars sometimes are only as good as the storylines that they're given. Which means that my list might change 6 months from now, which might make me want to update it somewhere down the line. Now that that's out of the way, as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I know that you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. And don't forget, if you want more than just daily wrestling content, come over to the Patreon, patreon.com/SmarthiesApp. Over there, you're going to get so much more extra content that we never upload here on the YouTube, so come check it out. All right, let's jump into this. And again, don't fight over this. This is just a favorite list. Kicking the list off at number 20, I have Lyra Valkyria. And I have Lyra Valkyria here purely because I just find her in-ring work just so entertaining. I'm quickly recognizing that there is no such thing as a bad Lyra Valkyria match, and she never even really gets any opportunities on WWE Premium Live events, so she's just relegated to cooking fantastic matches on Monday Night Raw. I like her entrance, I like her vibe, like I said, I like her in-ring style. I just want to see WWE give her more of substance when it comes to storylines and promos. I do think that there is a lot of room for improvement, however, that's to be expected considering she's only been on the main roster for less than a year at this point. But in the short time that I've seen her on the main roster, she's been fantastic. I just hope that sometime they give her the ability to be able to express herself a little bit more like she got that opportunity down in NXT. But yeah, Lyra Valkyria is quickly rising up the ranks for me. I think that somewhere down the line, she's going to be in the top 10 at this rate that she's going. But then again, things can change 6 months from now and she might be completely irrelevant and off of TV. Who knows? Because this is my list, I'm going to cheat a couple of times. I thought about maybe putting Chad Gable here. I've been a huge fan of Ivy Nile. I think that she is ridiculously underrated, and the Creed brothers as a tag team are fantastic. But lucky me, because they are a faction. American Made is ridiculously entertaining. All the young people from American Made, like the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile, are flourishing under Chad Gable and getting better every single week in their in-ring work, but also specifically their promo work and their character work. They're becoming incredibly charismatic under the tutelage of Chad Gable. And then there's, of course, Chad Gable himself, who is ridiculously charismatic, but also one of my favorite in-ring performers that the WWE has here. Now, you put all of these guys and gals together and you create the entity that is American Made, and to me, you have just entertaining TV based on like what wrestling is supposed to be about, which is the in-ring and the out of the ring. And to me, this faction, when it comes together, it's got it all. I love American Made. At number 18, I feel like a lot of people have him a bit higher. I have Braun Breaker, who's still in my list. I think Braun Breaker is freaking fantastic. I think that he is the future of the WWE. I think that he is a guy that's going to win Rumbles, Money in the Banks, King of the Rings, main event WrestleMania, win multi-time world championships, and probably going to end up with a Hall of Fame worthy career. I think he's got it all as well. He's got a great in-ring presence about him that makes him one of the scariest dudes on the main roster, but he's also quite charismatic on the mic. And however, it's the mic part that he doesn't really get to like demonstrate his true range. He has been kind of one-dimensional with the things that he's been given on the main roster thus far. And if you want to see the true range of Braun Breaker, go back to NXT and go watch when he was teamed up with Baron Corbin as a member of the Wolf Dogs. That, to me, when we get that Braun Breaker on the main roster, that's the Braun Breaker that's going to take over and become the top star in the WWE. Again, similarly to Lyra Valkyria, he's been on the main roster for just a little bit over a year at this point, so there's still just so much room for improvement. He's still very young, so there is honestly the ceiling for this guy, I can't even see it. Like, it's ridiculously high. Next up for me is Chelsea Green. I think that it is awesome that in 2025 we have a character-driven champion. Often it's the who's the best person in the ring, but Chelsea Green loses matches, she's still the champion, and even if she loses or wins, she's the most entertaining thing coming out of whatever match or segment that she was a part of. To me, she is a throwback character that like predominantly focuses on delivering memorable character moments as opposed to just great in-ring work, albeit her in-ring work can be really good. It's just that often she's relegated to being squashed by people or having to rely on other people like Piper Niven or Alba Fire. But she is just so charismatic, so entertaining, and to me, she is magnetic. I want to see her on my TV every single episode of Friday Night SmackDown, and now she's doing double duty in NXT. To me, that's such a treat. Like, to get Chelsea Green twice a week, hell yeah. We then have Carmelo Hayes, and we kind of already talked about a couple people that are similar to Carmelo Hayes in that they haven't been on the main roster for that long, and we still have a lot of room to grow and develop. But I see the growth of Carmelo Hayes every single week. He gets better and better as a character and as an in-ring performer. To me, he's already amongst the very best on the main roster. Within just a year of being on the main roster, he's got everything. I just love Carmelo Hayes. Like, to me, he is just so entertaining. His deliveries, with his jokes, with his insult, but also when he gets in the ring, he backs it up and delivers often a match of the night contender. This guy is somebody that delivers banger after banger after banger. It's a reason why so many people want to see Carmelo Hayes do bigger and better things, because I'm not alone when I say that Carmelo Hayes is absolutely fantastic. It does unfortunately feel like we're at the point of his career where they're using him to make other stars look better, and to me that is a testament that WWE thinks that Carmelo Hayes is unbelievably good at his job, because he can make literally anybody look amazing. And to me, as a fan, I recognize those things. Even though he loses the big matches, to me, even though when he loses to Randy's or Cody's of the world, he still comes out looking better. So yeah, shout out to Carmelo Hayes. I think he's fantastic. Now let's talk about Gunther. Gunther, if you asked me 7 months ago, would have been significantly higher on this list. Dare I say, he would have been in my top 5. However, as we talked about in the intro to this video, in terms of my favorites, they can change based on the type of storylines and the type of content that they're being asked to deliver. If it's not good storytelling, then that's going to impact my overall perception of this character. So he lost a lot of points in terms of being my favorite WWE superstars. Like I said, he used to be significantly higher, predominantly off the bat. One of the best in-ring performers that this planet has seen, and underratedly good on the promos. He really could deliver some hilarious, scary promos at the same time. This man is the king of the shit-eating backhanded compliment. And unfortunately, I don't feel like we've been getting this Gunther over the last several months. Since he became World Heavyweight Champion, he became Shy Gunther. I don't know if I'm good enough. And now this stuff with Jey Uso just isn't really delivering the Gunther that made him maybe the greatest Intercontinental Champion that this sport has ever seen. So I want to see more from Gunther. Hopefully, once the dust settles with this WrestleMania feud with Jey Uso, I can get back to falling in love with the ring general a bit more. These two are basically tied. Bianca and Naomi have catapulted up this list. I am somebody that wasn't the biggest fan of Bianca Belair, but over the last 12 months, she has completely silenced me. I think that she is so good. She's gotten, to me, become a much more relatable character since joining alongside Jade Cargill and Naomi. And now I want to get behind a Bianca Belair World Championship run, when before it did sort of feel like they were just forcing championship reigns on Bianca Belair. But now I'm so in for main event feuds with Bianca Belair. And then there's Naomi. I would maybe right now have Naomi slightly above Bianca Belair, but like I said, it's basically tied. Purely off the back of this performance that
really like Naomi.
My goodness, the promo that these two cut a couple of weeks ago moved them up these rankings alone. Listen, if you think that you're good at predicting wrestling and wrestling match outcomes, then you should definitely be going to MyBookie, because you can actually bet on WrestleMania results over there. And MyBookie actually lets you make the ability to make your pick before the actual matches take place, or sometimes during the actual matches as well. It's not just for sports betting as well, it's a full-fledged casino with all kinds of casino games. If you'd like to go check that out, you can on MyBookie. Now, if you are new to MyBookie, make sure that you sign up with my code Santi, you already know, so that you can get a deposit boost of up to $2,000. So don't settle for a second-rate book. Bet smarter, win bigger. Only on MyBookie. Let's get you back into the video. We knew that Dominic Mysterio was going to be on this list. I mean, probably thought that he was going to be higher on this list, because I've been glazing Dominic Mysterio for the last several years on this page. However, I have to admit that WWE hasn't done the greatest job at giving Dominic Mysterio like really meaningful storyline. They did this summer with the Liv Morgan stuff, and if I was making this list like 8 months ago during SummerSlam season, he might have been like literally number one. But unfortunately, it seems like WWE never really knows what to do with Dominic Mysterio come WrestleMania season if it doesn't involve Rey Mysterio. But hey, he is still very charismatic. To me, he gets better in the ring every week, and he's just
maybe the most relatable heel in the WWE. I love Dominic Mysterio still, even if he isn't as high on this list as maybe some people expected that he was going to be. There are some people on this list that have legacy, and his legacy allows them to get put on this list and maybe end up really high on this list because of the love that I have for their body of work throughout their entire career. Unfortunately, people like Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker don't have that legacy, but AJ Styles certainly does. The body of work from AJ Styles throughout his career in TNA, in New Japan, now WWE, where he's coming up on like 9 years at this point, has been just nothing but a treat in my opinion. I also believe that he is underrated as a character worker and on the mic. There's nothing to dislike about AJ Styles. I think the only reason why he might not be higher on my list is that WWE tends to not give AJ Styles the greatest of narratives. If he got more narratives like what he got with Cody Rhodes with the fake retirement angle, then dude, this guy would have it all. He'd have the great in-ring, great promos, and then on top of that, actually getting good stories. Unfortunately, that hasn't entirely been the case. But the legacy that is AJ Styles and the amazing matches that he's left behind automatically put him on this list for me. I debated whether or not I wanted to include Roman Reigns.
Give me the ball.
The thing is that this list is active WWE superstars, and he's like active, not active. But as of the making of this video, he technically is active. But whenever he appears on screen, it's no denying that he, to me, is the biggest draw in all of professional wrestling right now. If Roman Reigns is a segment, your eyes are freaking glued to the segment. If Roman Reigns has a match, it's a guaranteed to be the main event, even if it doesn't have the world title on the line. That is what Roman Reigns brings, and that to me is a rare thing. That to me is something that needs to be loved, praised, and cherished. I just wish that we had it more. It's crazy to see the improvement of Roman Reigns ever since becoming the Tribal Chief, because if I were making this list, not that I was making videos back then, back in 2017, Roman Reigns would be like dead near the bottom of my favorite WWE superstars list. But here he is getting amongst the top in my list because to me, he's got it all. To me, he's got the presence, the aura, his matches, albeit can be a bit of an acquired taste, is a taste that I have indeed acquired. And the guy just has maybe the best in-ring psychology out of anybody in the WWE ring. Drew McIntyre is above Roman Reigns, again, in my favorite list right now. Drew McIntyre has been doing the best work of his career. The past 12 months of Drew McIntyre have just catapulted him amongst my favorites in the WWE. We already knew that he was great in ring. Drew McIntyre, like, routinely has great matches, but there was just always something missing, like his ability to connect with the fans. And it's funny that he found a way to connect with the fans by being, like, ironically, he is the voice of the voiceless because he voices the
bitch, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Seem to have, and he creates a narrative around those frustrations into the Drew McIntyre character. And to me, it's so refreshing and entertaining. I think he might be amongst the elite on the mic as well. I don't think that Drew McIntyre gets enough love and praise for just how good on the sticks he is. Sometimes, if anything, he's a little bit too damn good and can make other people look so bad that he kind of buries them. Really high on this list, I have to have Liv Morgan, which is so funny. It's so ironic because I was in like a giant online battle and war with Liv Morgan fans because I just didn't see it. I was like, I don't know, she seemed pretty average, but over the last 12 months, holy shit, has she proven me wrong? Holy hell, do I see what Liv Morgan fans see now? I mean, is there anybody that I've been, like, waving the flag more than Liv Morgan as to the person that's getting the most screwed over at WrestleMania by not having a match as of the making of this video? She has been a delight on the mic. She has been so funny, so entertaining, and her matches, more often than not, are very good. I point to the recent matches that she's had with Io Sky, the tag team matches that she's had. She is a bout machine at this point, and she's epically the MVP of many of the gimmick matches that WWE tends to have, like things like War Games, Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. To me, she has been maybe the best women's WWE superstar of 2024. Well, look, sometimes it is about the shiny new toys, and I love Penta. Penta is so fucking cool. And he's so likable. I love his promos, and there might be something in me as a Latino with Latino parents that have a really thick accent, that struggle with English, that sound exactly like Penta. It might be that emotional attachment that I have, but to me, it's just pure entertainment. Sure, his promos aren't the greatest, but you can feel the passion and the intensity that comes behind those broken English promos, but you know what he's trying to get across, and you can understand that he means it, and that every word that comes out of his mouth feels important, and it makes you want to get behind him. And then we already know about Penta's in-ring prowess. Like, the guy is so good in the ring. The guy is a phenomenal seller. He can make anyone look good. I love the fact that he's a luchador, but he's a fake luchador, which makes those lucha libre moves look not just like acrobatics, but actual moves that can beat the shit out of you. I love Penta. Fuck. Ooh, this is another guy that's just skyrocketed on this list. When you have package like Jacob Fatu does, it's tough to see a list for most people where he doesn't at least barely crack your top 20. This guy has the promo abilities to the point that they're so good that they completely overshadowed the Weekend Solo Sikoa. His in-ring work is
bitch!
In-ring.
Stop playing with boy. Stop playing with that man, boy.
His ability to sell not just with his body but with his facial expressions as well. I buy into everything that Jacob Fatu is selling my way. I think he's fantastic. Kevin Owens is a combination of legacy but also just currently amazing. The legacy of Kevin Owens is undeniable. His body of work, if you want to look at the stuff before WWE, but NXT, he was one of my favorites. Throughout his entire run in the WWE, he's been one of my favorites because he has entertaining matches. His characters are always so dynamic, fun, and different. You can have polar opposite Kevin Owens, but they're still the same person, just at extreme different volumes. And that, to me, is a rarity in the WWE. And you look at his recent run and his feud with the likes of Randy Orton, earlier in the year with Logan Paul, and of course, to me, one of his best feuds of his career against Cody Rhodes. And to me, you have recency, but legacy as well to have him on this list. Kevin Owens fucking rules. I'm not the biggest Cody Rhodes fan, but it's undeniable that this guy has become undeniable. I find his matches entertaining, albeit I do believe that they can be a little bit too predictable, but that's not his fault. It's just the fact that he's booked as a dominant champion, but it doesn't change the fact that the storylines and the matches that he's been a part of are always the biggest, baddest things that you need to be paying attention to, whether it was his feud against AJ Styles, the current amazing feud against John Cena, the one right before with Kevin Owens. This guy always delivers in every single feud or every single storyline that he's a part of. Again, he's not my favorite, but recently he's moved up in this list for me. I do believe that Cody Rhodes is somebody that can come and go on this list for me because I don't really have that emotional attachment to Cody Rhodes. It's possible that 4 months from now, he's just not even on this list at all. Randy Orton, legacy, he's already one of my top 5 WWE superstars of all time. He's still active, and if he's one of my top 5 of all time, he's going to be in the top 5 currently active right now. I don't really think that I need to really make the case for Randy Orton. I feel like a lot of people have Randy like in their top 3 probably. Io Sky is my current favorite women's performer in the WWE and on the planet. I do not believe that there is a single thing bad about Io Sky. Her matches are always the best. It's match of the night contenders, whether she was doing tag team or singles matches. And just like Penta, even though English is not her dominant language, unlike many previous like foreign WWE superstars where English isn't their first language, she has the Penta thing, where she has the emotion, the charisma, facial expressions, her voice inflection that make me understand what she's trying to say, even if I don't fully understand the words that she's saying. When she speaks in Japanese, I'm like, shit, yeah, I get what you're trying to say, even though I don't understand the words. To me, that is a talent all on its own. Io Sky is, to me, the best female performer that the WWE has. Number 2 is literally like my second favorite WWE superstar of all time, CM Punk. I know that his in-ring isn't the greatest anymore. I'm not blind to that. I get it. But again, when we're talking about legacy, the body of work, the promos throughout his entire career, of course, he's my second. Like, yeah, of course CM Punk is. And to the surprise of quite literally nobody here, I have John Cena.
Come on, Iverson, I can't get your shot, bro. That shit is like mad long.
Even though he broke up with me, he's still my favorite WWE superstar. superstar, nothing is going to change regarding that. I love John Cena. He even wants me on it. I ain't leaving. I ain't fucking leaving. All right, folks, thanks so much for watching this video. I gotta go watch it.
So if you want to sit at the casino at home and play some authentic slots, I just saved your time. Download Cat Valley. Brooks is an officially licensed IGT.
A different look for Milwaukee.
I don't have a lot to say because I want John to see this video.
Subbed in for Edwards. James
John, see this video. The video was taking a long time. But I want y'all to see the video.
God, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You're worried about tomorrow, man. He just talking. He don't know nothing.
Here so far.
The video.
Here's Hastings. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball. Anyway,
say what you want to say.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has.
Shoot that bitch. Shoot that bitch, nigga.
He wants y'all to check out the video.
Stolen by Wilkins.
Say, man, what's in the dog won't come to the light.
Deep three-point land. And that one released in time. But
what's in the dog won't come to the light.
To the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
You can't keep playing a certain way for so long and I'm thinking that it ain't gonna come to the light. This is what I'm thinking.
Alright, nigga, where you trying to get at?
Has to change in the second half. Check this out. Don't be fair. We have to get shots against this team.
They do such a great job of
taking care of
possession game.
You got mad.
3 or 4 sloppy
You got mad when Black Sam and closed down the marathon store.
Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Nipsey Hussle family, after he died, when Iramis' mother and Iramis' brother went back to South Central to try to get the baby that was in the... Them niggas went to call the Nip family. Man, that's all that shit Black Sam been doing. They trying to take the baby. They wanted to exploit the Nip family. That's why Nipsey Hussle's family, Black Sam, and that's why they closed everything there. They wanted to exploit them people. So when the city of LA, LA County, they wanted to change Slauson Street into Nipsey Hussle Street. The Rolling 60s, all the Rolling 60s got mad. So now, because you got the Slauson boys, right? How you gonna change Slauson Street? That's what makes it's the set, cool. Nah, we ain't changed it, so they were really jealous of Nipsey Hussle, homie. All the big homies in the set were jealous of Nip, because all the young niggas love Nip. So Nip ain't got bigger than the set, cuz. Nip have to connect to Nip, nigga. Nip ain't got bigger than the set, cuz. Ain't Nip ain't big, ain't nobody bigger than the set, cuz. Remember, nobody's bigger than the program. Nip got bigger than the program, so Nip got killed because Nip became bigger than the program. So let me keep telling y'all a story. I'm fucking with them niggas. I'm fucking with Nip, man. I didn't think I went to the funeral. So when Nip died, now them niggas like, nah, cuz them niggas were planning on sending the marathon shirt down here to me and everything. So them niggas said, nah, so you see in the video, cuz we coming to Texas. When them niggas got killed from the clothing store, them niggas thought they were going to be able to run the clothing store, so when they got killed, you ain't bigger than shit, cuz. So them niggas told me, I feel bad for them. I was sending them niggas money. Y'all fucking with the nigga rent to them. Say, tell them before, I still got their receipt. I still got their receipt, Melvin. You remember that package I sent to the bookstore over there in South Central? I still got their receipt to show proof I sent you a package. That package I sent you didn't get you put in prison forever. Melvin Former, you remember that package I sent you? The 8-tray backwards. You remember that 8-tray? The 8-tray I sent you backwards? Because it's hard for y'all to get them up there. You remember that mess? I'm sure your parole officer knows you still can get your hand off some gun.
Here's Hastings. He's covered by Malone.
Why you stop?
I got to see you, so hey, Melvin. Remember you came down here, got snuck in the snowstorm, and you couldn't eat?
Damn, look at that.
Who said it about your senior, man? Don't forget that, boy. Don't forget the end of the man. Don't you forget that. It's actually about the 60s. So I'm fucking with this nigga. I'm at the main house where the 60s got started at. And then niggas been like Nip, cuz.
And that last look brought to
See
you
what
by
happened, man. Nick pulled up on the set, right? The big homie standing out there with the nigga standing. All the niggas around Big U. All the niggas, all the young niggas. Soon as Nick pull up, goddamn me, and that motherfucker me Jag, you know, that platinum Jag. And he jump out, he got the chains on. The rest of the set, bro. The rest of the set look like bomb. Here come Nick getting out, bro. Nip got the Hollywood bitch. Long woman on his sides. What happened?
That's a bad bitch.
See you by the top.
14 points for him.
I leave the big homies.
Easy 2 points on the way.
What you think?
Let's go. Let's go.
So now Nip saying, I'm not gonna pay that $20,000 to be you no more. Well, give me the equipment then, nigga. You don't want to pay no more? They said they fell out on the equipment, but that wasn't about no equipment. Then white folks started putting Iris away. Iris started going to the Lakers game, hanging out with the white folk, meeting them Jewish people down on the court side. The set was with Nick when he met that white boy from Vector at the Lakers game. The set not going. Now Black Sam got them out. Black Sam ain't down with the set, so the set never liked Black Sam. They trying to pull Nip away from Black Sam. Black Sam trying to pull Nip away from the game. Because Black Sam got the business mind. The set need Nip, because Nip got the money to buy them niggas guns, Nip got the money, so the set trying to pull him away, and the people trying to pull him away from the set. So the set say, nigga, we'll kill it for y'all have it. So Big U go get the equipment. You know, you give me the equipment. Hit his dad in the head with that. Boom! He's the old man. Black Sam come out the house. Boom! Boom! Shoot me up. This is documented report. The Nip come up dead.
This close to the basket, he's ready to attack. So the defender all over.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. First one falls for.
Try to ear this death.
And both free throws good for Williamson.
Yeah, you have to really appreciate Williamson's fire and tenacity on the court. Players like him get everyone to increase their intensity.
Now here's Iverson. 8 points for him. And James throws it down.
What up, YouTube? This is Daddy Radio back at you with another video. I want to give a double salute to all of my supporters and anyone watching this video right now. And if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's get to the content. Okay, man, I guess now we can officially say that Big U is a monster, man. Y'all remember that murder that took place in 2021 of that 21-year-old man who was an aspiring football player and a rapper signed to Big U, mentored by Big U, and allegedly was Big U's son's best friend, man. The feds have evidence in the documents in the RICO that they believe that Big U single-handedly drove to Las Vegas and lured that boy out to the desert, shot him multiple times, drugged his body off the road, and left him there, man. And according to the feds, Big U killed him because he wrote a diss record about him, man. So it looks like the family of Rayshawn Williams will finally receive some justice. I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Shout out to Wack 100. Shout out to 100 ENT. This is Daddy Radio. Let's go.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Yeah, can we get that one more time? I was hitting you in the back channel on that. Larry.
Okay. For example, in January 2021, Henley murdered a victim identified in the affidavit as R.W. Rayshawn Williams, an aspiring musician signed a unique music. Henley and Martin's music label. Shortly before R.W.'s murder, Henley and Unique Music paid for R.W. to travel
No, this is the third, man. This is the third quarter, y'all. Let's go. Come on, y'all. This is the third quarter.
RW was Rashad Williams.
This nigga LeBron is the fucking problem, really.
And if they're recorded a defamatory song,
this nigga LeBron is the fucking problem, man. He's not letting my guards get loose and shit, man. Bitch ass.
Hilly allegedly drove RW North Las Vegas, shot him in the head, and dragged the victim's body off.
Damn. That is nasty. That's nasty.
Hilly returned with the Robinson and ordered studio workers to leave while his associate removed security surveillance footage from the studio. Haley allegedly later ordered witnesses did not speak to law enforcement about all of the
Oh, for sure.
That's what the question
I'm
looking at the name. He was Robinson. I'm pretty sure somebody got his own somewhere. There's something he released it. And Robinson ain't on the list, he a CI. They said 8 witnesses, 4 from 6-0. And Robinson ain't on that motherfucking list, he a CI. So there's no way. First of all, Robinson gotta be a CI. Duh. I know they know the movement. Well, we talk about what we doing is we probably helping them niggas out, but they ain't figured it out. Whoever Robinson is he's the TI. He's the only one that would know if they got the call and they traveled together. If you ain't told them who traveled with, they gotta be Robinson, whoever that is. Robinson, whoever Robinson is, he's a cooperative. So how would they know the movement, where they came from, where they got the call?
They got the full detail.
He was still going to be back there. It gotta be him. I remember this little boy, man. This is crazy. They just put a picture up on the list.
We up one. We up one. Oh, no, we're not.
His nickname is James Bay.
Hold on, bro. Whatever we was reading earlier told us that only 2 people could have known him he was moving, which is Big U or whoever. We didn't know the name of it, right? Did they say Robinson?
He said
So they wasn't saying Sylvester.
They didn't say Sylvester, but knows that we was talking about that drove Big U to Vegas.
So he had to be the one to give him all these details. And he definitely won't give him anything. I've been on Vegas. I've been on Vegas 23 years. I just got to come on from the 23 years. I know they personally. I know the thing.
It says through the investigation, no investigator, family member, witness, or any other third party has ever identified any individuals that would have a motive or opportunity to murder RW except him. As discussed before, his motive for murdering RW was in the interest of the Big U image.
Oh, no.
They obtained search warrants for 2 phones associated with him for the time before, during, and after the murder. According to Witness 1, Witness 2, and one of RW friends who also visited him in Las Vegas the day he was murdered, as well as an analysis of Henry's phones, Henry and Robinson arrived in Las Vegas on January 23rd, 2021, right? The night before the murder, Henry's phone location, data and witnesses showed that he arrived at an Airbnb on Wild Rock Drive in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Airbnb RW was staying in prior to the homicide.
Right there. He's about to get you.
The night before the murder, Henry's phone location.
I'm going to give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances.
Let's do it.
Have you ever won?
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. Now he reminded his team.
What you going over here for, man? You done started low. You really nuts. I got everybody in America trying to get the access to play this motherfucker one-on-one.
Here is Johnson.
Y'all want to do a redraft, and here go the shit. Here we go.
But you still, why you doubling down on me, man? I heard people hitting me up saying that you triple down on me today.
I mean, they keep going at me talking about I wasn't this and that, and I have to remind people that I don't care about the 55-point game out of high school. Let's talk about when I got to the league and what I did when I first got in. Where was everybody at, Lo?
They talking about right now. They done with what we used to be.
They done what we used to be. Them boys trying to pull up right now. They say they gonna take you and them Under Armours to work. See, hey, yo, that's what they say. It's really gassing right now. They gonna beat the dog off this motherfucker. They talking about 55, what the speed limit is, and all that. Like, all that shit, like, Look, you trying to set me up, bro. I ain't trying to set nobody up. No, you like, go ahead and give it, Jim T. I know how to dodge shit.
Man, no foul.
If I see what you want to do, though, I dodge up. I'm like, I'm looking over here like this. But what if I actually believe Jim T gets better than you? Hey, Lo, that's fine. Hey, Lo, listen, and this is what I'm going to tell you, like I told everybody else from here on out, and they put all this shit they want. I'm not arguing with no guards that wasn't a franchise guy when they walked into the league. If you know what that team they walked into the league. Wait, what he said? What you gotta say, bro? Because you wasn't the franchise when you walked into the league, bro. What was the franchise play? Listen, I hear what you're saying. But listen, like I was saying, I walked into the league, Under Armour deal.
There's a lot of beef going on in these streets, dog. A lot of beef, real beef in these streets, dog. And I'm in the middle of it. I provoked it. I started. So for those who may have missed it, a couple of days ago, we was on the stream, playback.tv/Gil's Arena Room, whatever this shit is called, and I was on the stage with Gil and Brandon Jennings and Desai, and we kind of brought up a conversation about the 09 draft and, comparing players and stuff like that.
Shit, my boy.
The team to be not in there. Jeff T, Johnny Glenn not in there.
Jeff T, they got Patrick Beverly.
Good play, nigga.
Patrick Beverly 9, dog.
Good hustle play.
Matthews, number 11, he's a basketball player than me. You think Jeff Teague's a better basketball player than me?
Patty Mills?
Ooh. I mean, I don't know. He's a good facilitator. Joe Ingles, he's a winner. He's a winner.
I low-key do think Jeff Teague better than you, bro. I'm not even gonna hold
you. think Jeff Teague better than
and he's strong. He's way stronger than you.
I'm looking at the redraft.
This nigga Gil was fucking up the whole thing because I was trying to bait him into saying this the entire time. I actually wanted to hear what he had to say. I dead ass wanted to hear what he had to say.
I'm already out of the lottery. Hold on, they got Darren Collins. Wait, what draft?
Collins is pretty good, bro.
Darren Collins.
Yo, yeah.
Oh, they got you 15. Brandon Dennis. They got you
Brandon.
That means they don't get Chris Middleton.
Hey, I don't think they give a fuck about Chris Middleton. All they care is about
they gonna win the ring. Yes, they do.
You 15, you going to.
So we going through the 2009 draft, and he basically was standing on 10 toes saying he better than Drew Holiday, Jeff Teague, all of them. That's what he basically said.
You think Jeff Teague is a better basketball player than me?
So that's where the Jeff Teague comes.
Yeah, I do think Jeff Teague is better.
They reacted to it and responded on their pod. Also, what a big title this. Brandon Jennings calls out Drew Holiday in his draft.
Is this for real? Is niggas dead ass heat about this?
Nah, niggas can't heat about this. It's kind of crazy.
Right, yeah, but this is my thing, though. Y'all know how, me and my dog go there, but it's us against the world. Y'all niggas gotta stop bringing him up and shit. He don't even be talking about y'all. Like, they was just Drew Holiday type of shit. That's some LA News type shit, right? And I feel like B. Jennings, he was cold, bro. But all these niggas saying he was better than Drew Holiday, nobody gives a fuck about nobody being better than somebody in high school.
It's over Malone, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Nope.
You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk.
Burst of that's one of the best two-way players.
And all seriousness, also look at, like Drew Holiday is better than him. I mean, that really wasn't even a conversation. Like, that's some real shit.
When the game is tight, this guy willing to step up.
Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Well, here's the redraft. I know. Let's go here. Let me jump it out. So, Blake, Curry, Harden, they were top 3. Curry number 1. They got James Harden number 2. Okay. Lamar number 3. Okay. Blake number 4. Okay. Drew Holiday number 5. That's why we agree all the way. You agree with that, Brandon? You agree with that so far? This is going off careers, but I don't think half the players.
Oh shit! I don't think
a lot of them players are better than me. So whatever. Who's not better? That's not crazy. He made the All-Star game, nigga. Drew Holiday number 5. That's fine. Do we agree all the way? You agree with that, Brandon? You agree with that so far? This is going off careers, but I don't think half the players. I don't think a lot of players are better than me. So whatever. Who's not better? You know,
bang, bitch! Come on! Come on!
Oh yeah, he was better than that in high school. Drew Holiday has never been better.
Yo, foul!
They have better careers than me. They're not better than me. Are you fucking crazy? You said that shit was cold, that's not crazy. He made the All-Star game, nigga. He was like 22, 23 years old. So you know what I'm saying? And he averaged a goal a few times in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He transitioned to be a solid role player that's really important to the team. Shout out to DJ, that's my dog. But I'm like, damn, bro, I get it. I fuck with John. Yeah.
And I think in high school, he probably was, but he was more known than us. I don't know how to play. He was more known, but everything he was doing, that's what I do.
Oh, these niggas violating, bro. Nah, he violating. He basically said you just a popular kid, bro. When I'm definitely just as good as you in high school. Yeah, you know, spectacular. And he was in the LA. You know what I mean?
You had a bigger name in high school. You had a bigger name, you know, the 80 circus, whatever. You played all that. I didn't play 80 like that. I played local ball. And you were good, and I'm not hating. But we got to a league, bro. You had way more opportunity. You shot like 38%. You just got the chuck.
Oh no, this is crazy. Hey, I thought, us Richard, all the trucks to the side, I was just trolling. I didn't know he was gonna get like this. Nigga just said you just took one shot, you was chucking? Is he lying though? Because I do think Brandon James is an ultra-talented player, and they're starting to fuck that up. But like, part of the reason why he was able to score more than a lot of other people is because he got more opportunity than everybody else.
Are his numbers better than Jeff T?
That's a good question.
He played way better than us.
First 6 years until, because I think Brandon got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, first 6. Yeah, the first 6 years. He's wiping them at points. Rebounds is damn near the same. Assists, damn near the same. No, some real shit, Brandon Jennings. This nigga Drew, even before the injury, this nigga's still better than you, bro. That's actually tough.
That's what I'm saying. Brandon, you was cold, but you wasn't colder than these niggas. I'm sorry. Some of these niggas. But I think you might could cook Drew maybe. But Drew still defensively.
I'm saying. Well, that means that by the time Jeff Teague was already an All-Star in year 6, they ain't gonna lie. All joking aside, Teague was already at a point where he was better than you before you got injured. Even the year before that, Teague was already putting a combo was not better than him. So even the argument of what you were doing out the gate, even before the injury came about, they still got better than you before you got the injury. So if anything, that means you had a head start and niggas caught up to you. That's even worse.
Most of you ever averaged 17.
When NBA players know numbers off the back like that, because even I don't know what his nigga's career high is. When he know off the back like that, he was ready for this segment.
I think B.J. Jarvis like 14. Most he averaged 17.
He said he seen it.
I think B.J. Jarvis like 14. Most he averaged 17.
No, when the nigga said, I swear to you.
So look, I told you, my rookie 19 records like that. Yeah, I used to hate him. I used to hate him. And I'm like, nah, he just shoot more than me. Nigga shoot 38%, 40%. And it's cool though, he had to. Even his teams was weak. He ain't never really played on no fire team. Yeah, he played with multiple All-Stars everywhere he was at. I mean, he never played with no killer. And when he did, I think he had played with Melo and went to the Knicks, but that's after he hurt his leg. Like, he was in Milwaukee, they ain't have no killer.
Hey, on some real shit. Bro, I was just trolling. This is not supposed to be a real thing.
Like, your name out the hat. Like, but I don't know why he said my name. Like, they don't have the conversation. But, like, yeah, you should kill. You didn't play with no killer.
I think the dude that they was on the stream with said, so you couldn't see Holiday in. He like, man, fuck off. You nigga.
No, it know me. I just told you. That nigga know me.
The
reason why we got to this point is because we just went through the 2009 draft. And in my opinion, all I said was, bro, you're not going top 5 again because we can name off the 5. And we got to number 5. And then it was Drew Holiday. And then I kept looking and I was like, that team better than him too. And that's in my mind. So it's not even like, you're not top 5. You're not the top 5 pick. You're just not. Like, we can name 2 or 3 more names before we get to you. And that's like who you just were as a player. Before we got to the injury, Jeff Teague and Drew Holiday were already better than you. And you started off higher than them. You started off with more opportunity. I ain't gonna say you chucking like Jeff Teague was. I wouldn't say that shit. That shit mad disrespectful because you was out there hooping. So I'm not gonna say you chucking. You're not chucking is crazy. But you had more opportunity out the gate and then they caught up to you. So like that lets me know they just needed more opportunity. I agree with them too. Like saying that you was good and you better than the high school, that don't really matter either. Like we grown adults at this point. The high school talk don't really. If he just kept getting better and better and better, then at some point, like we have to admit that he's just better. He got more opportunities. He became a better player. And if you're telling me before you got injured that both of them caught up to you, if we had to redo the draft,
why are you doing? Like you ain't never played with no killers. Like, you didn't have to pass the ball to Joe Johnson and Josh.
Also, as a sidebar, this nigga is slighting every nigga he played with. In 2010, he called him Bogut, soft, John Salmons, weak, and Mike Rose injured. Say Jody Meeks, Jerry Stackhouse. Why is Jody Meeks?
Kurt Thomas.
I vividly remember when because this is when they made the trade, when they traded Monte for Andrew Bogut. And I remember that this backcourt, people had high hopes for this backcourt. I remember this. And Larry Sanders, before he started smoking weed and decided to be a painter. And
Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing.
Oh, that nigga a painter. Oh, me, called that nigga a painter, please.
What did you say?
Stop playing with me. On me.
I mean, that's what happened to Larry Sanders. Y'all know that? Larry Sanders quit basketball because he wanted to smoke weed and be a painter. He retired from mental health. I told you, bro. He needed to get his mind right. He wanted to smoke weed. He was painting. But y'all tell me I don't know that shit, bro. Yeah, so he was talking about I ain't feel like he felt like a product. So he wanted to stop. Part of the reason, you know why I never checked is I wanted that nigga to break the
as they square off
I was like, y'all
against the
niggas
Milwaukee Bucks.
what the fuck?
Then when you got Josh Smith and them, that was ass. Like, it's just different. Nah, but Samson, he was killing high school. I'm doing high school stuff.
I just didn't like how people was going at Drew. It don't have nothing to do with Brandon Jones. I just don't think people understand, like, the Drew Holiday journey for real. Like, fuck all that career shit. Nah, nigga, I just think it don't matter. Like, yeah, it don't.
You could be just a lot of niggas that was told in high school.
He's gonna name off of Mitchell Park City alone.
Some thought high school niggas good. What you do when you the light get bright, you in the league, it doesn't start off killing in the league. As a rookie having 15, but shit, a lot of people have good rookies.
But they got hurt too, but shit, that ain't.
Sinking his first shot, and that's tough. Sometimes it seems just a toy with
that shit don't really matter.
That one goes in.
He's inside. He'll kill me.
Johnson passes to Gilmore.
Nah, these niggas is crazy.
Johnson gets it to go.
But when the lights get bright,
watching Johnson exert
before he got hurt, he was still good. He was a solid point guard. He was good. Like, me and his stuff are very good. I ain't saying like I watched him or something. Yeah, so he'd be like, nigga, your career wasn't better than mine. Like, I won more than you. But I can say that, but I get what you're saying. But Drew Holiday?
Nah. Just because he was heavy two-way player. Yeah, some of the ones he got. He definitely have a physical. That shit is different. Like, shout out to Bane, but like that shit, what they did to the Trailblazers, nigga, that three-point smash with them, bro, it's different, bro. We never had no moment like that.
And I think if you just, and I'm just me, you just roll out the balls and like just have a game with Drew Holiday and Brandon. Brandon is cold, but Drew Holiday can guard him.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't guard Drew Holiday.
So he was going to scream shout out to players. When he was going to the
shit, shout out to you know some crazy chat? On real shit, you know what I'm He just said the exact same thing T just said. Like, so, word for word basketball, we just go to ball. So, even in this hypothetical that he's talking about, Jimmy still think they be better than him. Oh, bro. Who am I to tell an NBA player he wrong? I'm just a fat slob in somebody's basement. So, how can you tell him that he wrong, bro?
Pass to Gilmore.
His active niggas right now is light work.
Brandon too low. I ain't gonna lie too low. They both was kind of
you know, on this show, BJ.
We know, it's an opportunity. But then he said let's play one-on-one. I'm like, damn, then somebody said they said play one-on-one.
Johnny Gill be juicy, the two Gill be juicy shit.
Like somebody said, he was like,
you had 55 days on the bench. I was wrong.
So we talking about me, I wasn't in on the bench.
We made that shit, dog. We made it.
Resulting in plenty of
We
steals.
made it, Chet. We made it. We made it. I was dead ass just trolling because, in all honesty, I don't think that BJ can really
opponent at least
what? Maybe y'all pay for him.
a little better.
And he makes the first.
Known as being a top-tier rebounder, Malone is a commanding presence on both ends and a very valuable part of this team.
Edwards, he's checked in for Carter. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
And a lot of that has to do with, like, I just hold Drew Holiday in such high regard. I actually can't even think Drew Holiday greatest defensive point guard to ever play the game. And the fact that he added to his offensive game lets me know that, like, I don't think.
Maybe y'all booty, y'all pay for him, but so whatever.
Not even in my head.
Like what? Like what? Like what? I'm not the 3 or the 2, I'm the what? Maybe y'all bully, I pay for her butt. So whatever she make, I'm gonna need me a cut. Shiny like Cardi, it's up and it's stuck. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a bully, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, work it, G. 2 step in the box, yeah, G. 1 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 2 step in the box, yeah, G. Wait. Like what? I'm not the 3 or the 2, I'm the what? Maybe y'all booty, I pay for her butt. So whatever she make, I'm gonna need me a cut. Shiny like Cardi, it's up and it's stuck. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a booty, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, get you. Like what? I'm not the 3 or the 2, I'm the what? Maybe y'all booty, I pay for her butt. So whatever she make, I'm gonna need me a cut. Shiny like Cardi, it's up and it's stuck. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a booty, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, work it, G. 1 2 step in the box, yeah, 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 G. Wait.
Like that. What's up?
Like what? I'm at the 3 or the 2, I'm the what? BBL booty, I pay for her butt. So whatever she make, I'm gonna leave me a cut. Shawty like Cardi, it's nothing and stuff. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a booty, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, get you. 1, 2 step in the box, 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 get you. Oh, wait. Like what? I'm at the 3 or the 2, I'm the what? BBL booty, I pay for her butt. So whatever she make, give me a cut. Shawty like Cardi, it's nothing and stuff. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a booty, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, get you. 1, 2 step in the box, 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 get you.
Like that, that's
like what? I'm at the 3 or the 2, I'm the what? So whatever she make, I'm gonna give me a cut. Shawty like Cardi, it's nothing and stuff. Hit from the back, I might go to the front. She got a booty, I'm rubbing her butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, get you. 1, 2 step in the box, 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 get you.
It's Malone, and he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Yeah, Malone showing you the bounce. How high he got up there, dunking.
Just to further the point too, as much as
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Like what? I'm at the 3
And he drops it first. The Bucks making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Miami making a switch here.
And
that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
That's sexual message. Read that. Said that. No cap. I promise I'm at that. Thanks you. Here's that. Let's finish the show. I'm tired from Jet.
He's really cagey on the attack. Iverson has a real knack for knowing when to slash and get to the rim.
Count it.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well,
so Brandon, I actually told him this too. So it's not like
I mean, come on. And this is the idea, and I'll tell you, Shaq knows, played the league, he knows about basketball and all that. But this is my pushback when people gravitate to former players and expecting them to, I guess, do homework, research, and they're the same person who said that. You are the same fucking person that sat there and said that when LeBron was complaining about the media, that there was no problem. Now all of a sudden, when it's this fucking blatant, as a sidebar, it's always been this blatant. It's the fact that it took a bunch of people on social media like myself to finally call it out. Now all of a sudden you're talking about, well, this is what I've always said. No, you fucking didn't. Timeline like a day or two, Shaq got exposed for not watching basketball, which, you know, we all kind of know. And this right here is a very interesting talking point because, of course, it's continuously building off of the rhetoric of how bad the NBA media has been. And if you didn't have any question about it before, you certainly shouldn't really question yourself after right now because this brother Shaq, bro, it was ridiculous. It started with the Pistons, carried over to Zion and what he did, and then a bunch of other media members got involved. And for whatever reason, we're trying to defend some of them. Just stupid stuff. But first, let's get into what exactly does Shaq have to say about the Detroit Pistons.
When I hear people saying, "Oh, the NBA is boring," I go, "You're watching the same teams." Because if you put on the Detroit Pistons right now,
don't stop it. They're boring too.
No. 4 games in the 500. They've won 7 in a row.
Whoopie freaking do.
And I don't think they're 4 games in the 500.
What are they?
I'm gonna look it up right